welcome to Minus One Charisma from the world of tomorrow.
What?
Can we get sued for that? We're
You get sued for anything.
Dragons channel.
Probably.
Yeah, it's true. You know what? I like that, Kate. No one's ever, no one's ever phrased it like that. Like, can I get sued for that? Dude, you can get sued for anything. Literally.
Yeah.
Like, huh. You're not wrong.
It's a
You know
challenge
what?
now.
Wrong.
We should be suing more people. That's where we've been
should
going
be.
wrong.
You know what?
We
Our channel is
sued
definitely not litigious enough.
Yeah.
You guys
That's
could
the
have
vocab word for today.
You guys could just sue Capital City for Ellazar rights to the castle, and with enough charisma and
Uniqueness, nerve, and talent. No, that's a different show. Sorry.
With our charisma combined.
Litigious. Unreasonably prone to go to law to settle disputes. I've never heard that word before.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there you go. There's your $20 word for the day.
I'm having major
Hey.
right now, guys. It's
What is it? Used to be
freaking
like
me out.
$2 word, right? With inflation, I think it's a $20 word now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm used to
you're
hearing
a $20
SAT
word.
word. Like that's your SAT word.
Isn't that the old phrase? Jason, help me out here.
Yeah. Yes.
It's an old
Probably
thing.
the
Just feel like that's like a.
It far predates
Okay,
us. I think.
Grandpa.
Okay.
And I think it may go back to like, and I'm probably completely wrong about this, but sometime around like Dickens's time, right? When they like gave you money for the amount of words. So maybe like if he put in a multi-syllabic word, it was like a 50-cent word
that's
rather
a
than like a 10-cent
$2 word right there.
Yeah, right?
$2 word right there.
Thank you for putting
totally
it
wrong.
in the context of Dickens. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland says $5 words from telegrams. That could make sense too, like the longer.
Wow. Yeah, that makes way
Pay
more
by
sense,
the letter.
actually.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I think
Bobby,
it's the same
did you
kind
tweet this
of
thing?
idea about.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I just tweeted it right now. There you go.
God damn it!
All right. Let's
All right.
let's set the scene a little bit.
Dramatic music.
That's not right.
Nothing that crazy was happening.
I just wanted to see your guys'
You
faces.
stand in front of flowers. People meander by. It's dramatic.
You just made friends with a guy at a bakery shop.
You purchased donuts. Oh!
Poison.
That really is
Screaming guy.
That's literally just your insulin going like flooding into your body like
giving Puff all the energy. Oh yeah!
They were jelly
Indiana
filled.
Jones ride at Disneyland.
Yeah.
So you guys got a baker's dozen of
Did you go over the
sweet
bridge?
round pastries, glazed, covered in creams and sprinkles and different kinds of treats. You met at Pasty's Pastries. Lowborn
Pastries.
elf, but he's got a knack for one specific baked good, and by God, does he just expound upon that in a degree that a colorful degree. Though they all kind of taste the same. I'm gonna be the first to say most donuts to me taste the same.
You also have said you don't like baked goods, so just don't talk.
Okay.
If you're gonna say
Donuts.
something like that,
Don't talk.
Day stand louder for the people in the back.
don't talk.
I love donuts so much.
I feel like there's
so
a
good.
gif right there. That's just Daye.
They're so
Don't
good, but also
talk.
so bad. Ugh.
You guys are in the Silvalarium, the lower district of Moragana, and now you guys kind of, when you come out with your box of sweetened, deep-fried dough, you kind of look around and you notice that there's just flecks, like metallic flecks, in all of the buildings and the cobble work of the streets and everything, and the sun kind of reflects the whole area of the Silvalarium. This like steel like metallic glow kind of gives it almost a halo during the day. The people and the elves, their skin regardless just kind of glows. Everything here has almost a sheen to it. And outside the walls, back at the camp, you guys notice Rezik and Trust. You guys who are outside, you guys, as you're sitting around, kind of looking around, you guys notice there's a sort of like whisper in the air, and almost like an emotional breeze that blows through and starts to fill you with just different kinds of emotions. Some sadness, some courageous, some undescribable. And before you notice what it is, you start to hear music coming from the north side of the camp. And you guys kind of look and you see that there's a whole crowd of gnomes and uncast, of many different beast races, kind of entranced and sitting in front of what looks like a halfling in blue robes with this dark sandy hair and blue eyes, and he's just what looks like he's playing what sounds like a flute, but also almost speaking and telling us tale at the same time with his words.
Rezik, I smell competition.
Yes, indeed. Ugh.
And you guys inside, jumping back inside, you guys are on a quest to try and contact anybody who you know who can kind of vouch for you, because the elves have made it very clear that you guys are outsiders and you're not allowed anywhere near the high castle where the queen is, where your friend Theandar is, the archivist, one of the highest ranking elves in all of Moragana. But so far, you've tried to send sweet confections. Unfortunately, their private chefs have got baking covered. But you guys also hear something interesting. A loud voice, almost a drunken loud voice from a tavern. Not too far away. You guys would notice, and remember, the Blade and Mug is an inn that you guys were pointed to. Your friend, blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh.
I love that guy.
Augur.
Polaris? No, he wasn't our friend.
It's one of my close friends.
Oh my gosh. I have it written down.
Arena?
Arena, there you go.
Yeah.
Arena. Cornelius' friend had said that the dwarf that runs the Blade and Inn was a friend of hers, and he's. She said to mention his name if you guys needed a place to stay or anything like that. You guys hear this kind of drunken, disorderly character screaming and yelling, kind of coming from there, and most people who kind of walk by side-eye it, but they don't move to try and help or anything. And you can kind of hear, it's almost like a singing. It's like a drunk male voice kind of singing, but way off key. And you notice it's very discordant, because inside the city, the wind and the breeze kind of flows through these flowers, and these flowers almost have a very cordant, very soothing, almost tone to them. There's like a tonality, almost as if all of the plants inside are singing the same song at the same time. And it's just a stark contrast with this yelling elf inside. Inside, what are you guys doing? Kelwise, Cornelia, and Pup.
I mean, I'm running back up with the pastries.
Okay.
You guys! I got so many different ones. Should we try them?
Oh, I mean, how are they useful to us as a bargaining chip if we try them, though? Won't they notice that there's something missing?
We were just gonna get these to pass the time while you guys were looking around. Did you guys see anything interesting while I was getting these, or? You guys were supposed to keep an eye out. I was supposed to get the hookup with the hot honey. I think it was too spicy.
Well, that's too bad.
Well, I know he took it.
Oh.
But he's
So-
gonna dilute it like a lot.
Ah. Well, maybe it'll last longer then for him. Perhaps it's a business decision. Yeah, not a whole lot happening out here. There's some guy singing. It sounds really bad. It's like,
Should we go look? Should we make fun of him? I mean, not make fun of him, but like go like look and then talk amongst each other, like, whoa! So we can go tell Trust like how much better she is.
Oh, yes.
yes.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
You
And
can do it honestly. Honestly, Trust, you are better.
true. Yeah, I guess let's go check it out. Plus, I think we might have to go there anyway. So,
You guys
and while we're
walk
at it, I
over.
suppose I'll take a look. I want to look inside and grab something that's. Is there something that's like pink?
Yeah,
Pink.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like a very, very neon bright pink.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
Little flecks, longish flecks, kind of decorating it. Very colorful. Very sweet.
Not sprinkles though.
No.
I don't know what sprinkles are.
True. Sorry.
What's it taste like?
Yeah. Wow. It's
You should grab it in
It's-
like full detail.
Yeah.
you bite into it, and the dough itself is crisp on the outside, but very, very soft and decadent, almost thick on the inside. And it's chewy, but in that way that it's still warm because it just was glazed, and that glaze adds the perfect amount of sweetness to this almost oily bread that you normally wouldn't like it, but it's that crispiness of the outside kind of locks in the flavor, and then those little long crispies on top, just a nice little visual touch.
I'm just going to do a quick minor illusion, like a little fart gasp that just kind of like goes up in his nose when he eats it.
All right, Kelwise, that sweetness hits
Ugh.
you like a rotten horse's
one's bad.
butthole.
Let me try.
Okay. I don't think you're gonna like that. Oh, yeah. It was. It seemed pleasant for a moment, and then it got really funky.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Can I try?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what
Just
you mean
me,
by
huh?
funky, but this is perfect.
Yeah.
Take this away or else I'm gonna eat it all.
Yeah. Have fun with that.
And
Oh,
yeah, it
also-
almost looks like
yeah.
Cornelia's eating her own hair as she nibbles on
Oh.
the donut.
Oh yeah, we can't take these up there, because they have their own cooks. But they do deliveries to like some kind of armory thing. Just a heads up.
Oh.
I don't remember if I came back last episode.
I
I
mean,
don't remember what information I
you
relayed.
have now.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Great.
Huh. Okay, that's good to know, because did they say where that was?
Nope.
Cool. Well, I'm sure we'll find it at some point. How many places could there be inside here?
I mean, if we need to go there, I suppose. If we have to sneak in, there's some armor potentially. But I hope we don't have to do that. How many are there? It looks like way too many, pup.
I think it's more than 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to find the number of places.
I think you're right.
Well, stop by the tavern on the way, and
Okay.
maybe we'll.
You
see where
guys
we end
walk
up.
into the tavern. The sound of this slurry elf, almost plump elf, wafts through as you see him sloshing a goblet, striking it almost against the table. As you guys walk in, meanwhile, Rezik and Trust outside. You guys notice it's just a bigger and bigger crowd of people start to go watch this. And Trust, one of the things you notice right away is that the instrument, while strange, it's very smooth. Very, very smooth. The player, like, weaving you almost get hints of like 2 or 3 notes being played at the same time on a single flute. And from a lot of woodwind instruments, these things are they're single note instruments, right? Just kind of amazing, and then tales, almost like a story being spoken to you through sound, through music, as you see this halfling all draped in blue finery, just playing, but it looks with this just very, very eased look on his face as he tells this story. Looking through the crowd, he locks eyes with you, and as he's playing, just a little smile hits his mouth, because he just knows he's good. He just oozing confidence. This guy knows he's good, and maybe that's the worst quality to have, but he's just so darn good that it's hard to fault him for it.
I like out of the corner of my mouth, I'm like, Rezik, he can't even sing. He's gonna talk his words.
Yes, very pathetic. I mean, making multiple sounds from one flute, this is absurd. I hate all of this. Let's just leave now and ignore this altogether. Or maybe just stick around for a little bit longer and just, see how terrible he is a little bit longer. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Trust, you notice Rezik, his eyes kind of glaze over just a tiny bit, and Rezik kind of all in one motion goes to the crowd and just sits down with everyone, just enjoying the music. But you feel something kind of wash over you, like the suggestion of, come on, sit down, enjoy yourself, let your worries drift away, take that weight off your shoulders. And it's a suggestion, it's not a command.
Question: is True Strike a spell that someone else will know? Will they feel it if it's been cast on them?
Does True Strike have a verbal component?
It says sound, but I'm not close to him. I'm like not trying to get all up on him.
I mean, you could probably cast it. I mean, he's playing his stuff. It's pretty loud. He's.
I'm just looking to see insight into his defenses. That's all. Not like doing anything to him. I'm just getting some knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, you casting True Strike
right.
on. You cast True Strike on yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no! I put it at a target in range.
Oh, that's right. That's a weird.
As you point a finger at a target in range, your magic grants you brief insight into the target's defenses.
Yes. So you point.
So I'm just gonna go like, yeah, you good.
Okay.
Cast it.
Yeah.
True Strike at him.
And as he's playing, he's looking at you.
Yeah, you good.
His head just
I'll
cocks
see
to the
you.
side just a little bit as you cast it, and he's wide open. He's completely defenseless.
He's no defenses. Like he's got
No.
no AC.
Completely at ease, as if you could just strike him dead with a blade
Blow
of
him
grass
away.
if you really
Underwave
wanted
him.
to. Yeah.
Right.
He's completely put himself, annoyingly so, he has put all of his trust in you, that you won't do something aggressive or
Listen.
be offensive.
He's just coming off shady. If he was beefed up, I would, know that my suspicions were maybe more valid. But, that's all I wanted to know. I'm good.
Yeah, and as you start to watch him, you notice his flute, almost these like intricate engravings. The longer you watch him, it's like the wood of his flute starts to almost move. The murals that have been etched into his flute start to tell the story, and every time you blink, it resets as if it's just an optical illusion, but you could swear that this flute is telling a story that is burning into your mind, and it's playing out right in front of you.
Is there any sort of, I don't have like any sort of detect magic or anything, but is there any sort of bardic kind of spell I might recognize that he's using? Like, it's not like
roll me a
he's not
D20.
using hypnotic pattern, obviously. Okay, I've got my tiny dice tonight, guys.
Tiny dice.
Tiny dice.
It's a little baby die.
Yeah, divide whatever you roll by 2 because that's tiny dice.
Shut up. Just a straight D20.
Yes.
It's a 9.
A 9. It's nothing you know of. It's like, it's annoying that you look at him and it's like he's not using magic. It's like he's just so good that he doesn't need magic to win over the hearts of everyone around him.
Insufferable. All right.
Yeah, and his story ends. You look around it, including Rezik, like emotional responses. And you felt the story end, and it was the tragedy of loving someone else and them not reciprocating, but trudging on anyways in their memory. Just holding them so dear in your heart that, you know, you
That
wish
would
for the
make Rezik
best.
emotional. Yeah.
They love them so much, but it wasn't reciprocated. It's so sad.
And Rezik, you kind
I'm
of
visibly
look around.
uncomfortable.
And Rezik, you almost Rezik, you don't know how much time has passed. You kind of blink and you realize like a substantial amount of time has passed, but like you're not sure how long. And there's a sense of ease to you that's like you just for whatever this duration was. All of your worries gone. You just got to give yourself over to this guy. And as this halfling kind of pulls off this long pointed hat and the shadows of his cloak and everything kind of reveal itself. This guy, he's kind of older than you thought. Much older than you thought. It's almost as if you're surprised you didn't notice it before, and it takes his hat and very meekly puts it out and asks just for any kind of patronage from these people, and everyone slowly starts to, put copper coins and silver coins, and very graciously he bows and thanks each person, 2 hands, bowing deeply with gratitude.
Older than we thought, or disguising himself for elder sympathy?
Hard to tell. Very hard to tell. And he walks with just the tiniest little bit of a limp as he walks through the crowd.
Oh,
asking,
pulling on
on a show.
heartstrings.
Trust, roll me a d20.
I would never. Natural 20.
Yeah,
Natural
all right,
20.
here we go. Tell us everything.
Man, it's the best you've ever seen somebody do this. And it's like you hit them in the feels, and then before they even know what happens, you flip on them and you hit that sympathy center that has been just ripped open by the music, by the emotion. You remind them of their childhood and the easier, better days when life was easy, and then you show them the stark contrast of how, as life goes on, time wears us all down. And it's the oldest trick in the book, and it's the easiest con you've ever seen, but it's done so well that you can't believe you didn't know it was happening as it's happening. And you just start to see more and more, and that hat starts to get heavy, and still the most gracious. Thank you. You are most gracious. You are too kind. You are too kind.
Trust, I gave 1 silver, but should I give 2? He was so good, Trust. Should I give more than just 1 silver?
Yeah, he's very good. Do what you will,
Okay,
Rezik.
okay. I'll give him 3 silver. Why not? I go over there.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh, what a beautiful scarf you have there. Where did you get that?
This was actually homemade. My mother made this scarf
Your
for my
mother made that.
Yes, it's got the butterfly imprint to it. It's very lovely. Thank you for noticing.
Your mother was one of a kind, no doubt.
Yes, well, you are definitely one of a kind yourself, good sir. Thank you for putting on a wonderful performance. And I give a little bit of a
you're
theatrical
too nice.
bow.
And I suppose your mother gave you that great smile too.
Oh, please. Oh, stop. Oh.
Ah.
What is your name, sir?
Oh.
Yes, that was quite the performance.
Allow
Still is.
me to introduce myself. I am Melodrum.
Menodrum?
Melodrum.
Melodrum.
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
Like melody. Like melody. Melodrum.
Melodrum.
Like,
Precisely.
Beautiful.
oh, hum, melody, melodrum.
Not just pointy, you're smart too.
Yeah. Some would say.
I suspect
but-
you are an entertainer as well.
Oh, I dabble
Ah,
when the time is right.
I would most enjoy to see you perform someday.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah, we're new to these parts, so I guess you could let me know what's acceptable here. I wouldn't want to step on anyone's toes, or maybe I didn't know if one needed a permit.
The permit? No. Look at the people here. Though they are in good cheer, they are destitute. Their known world is falling down around them. Anything to bring cheer, I'm sure that can't be a bad thing.
Oh, no. Bringing cheer's never a bad thing. I agree. Have you been here long? Have you been in these parts long?
I never stay in any one place too long, you know?
Right, where were you before this?
Oh, here and there. To the north, to the south. Wherever the wind takes me, really.
Are there any, like, discernible markings on his robes? Like, is he from Bardic College I would recognize,
Yeah,
or...
roll me another d20. Now that you're like roll me an investigation check. As you're really looking this guy over.
Okay, that's gonna be another 9.
Oh, darn.
You notice like he's got very, very worn boots. You know the look of somebody who's traveled well, and though his clothes are well worn and well traveled, they are also very well made. So they're holding up, but you do notice that there's a sense of like the perfect amount of wear that you wouldn't know that this guy has expensive, nice clothing and tastes and such, but something about it feels too prepared, maybe. But
yeah.
Unfortunately, like you're looking him over and you're trying to figure it out, and you know that this guy's, he's a master at pulling the heartstrings, pulling strings. But for some reason, you can't figure out what his game is and what he's playing at, based on just his clothes and such.
Did you? We know that life, being here and there from the north and the south and whatnot. We're very familiar with that. Only ask because I know it's a lot of like travel families. Gnomish. At least we came with a Gnomish family village that was fleeing. Wondered if you was doing the same. Is all.
Oh, yes, well, yes, much less places to play these days. Not as many, capital city, not as fun. I even had Garod, a bit...
Was it ever fun, capital city?
Oh, yes. Capital city was my favorite. To just play with those simpletons, if I will.
Oh, right, yeah.
Lots of interesting folks.
Yeah, lots of interesting folks. But you're very interesting too, so I'm sure you fit right in.
Oh, I'm sure I'm well under your purview. There's nothing special about me.
Oh, I doubt that highly, sir. Oh my goodness! This is actually fascinating. I mean, seeing both of you well-traveled bards talking like this, you should probably exchange notes. I mean, you've been all over the all over the world, Trust. You have tons of stories.
Oh, so many stories. Yes. Yes. Well, actually, so my name's Trust, and this is Rezik here, and he actually we work as a duo sometimes. He sometimes provides visual aspects to my shows.
I'm more of like kind of crew, if you will. I'm more of like that.
Oh, don't
kind
say
of
that. You're
helping
very
out.
artistic. You're an artist.
Oh,
You're an
you-
artist.
Too kind, too kind.
An arcane artist, I see. A
I
rare
try.
breed, Indeed.
Very talented.
Well. And you, what brings you here?
Oh, we're traveling with our friend. Her family friends are here. So, we're just with them. Will you be around these parts much longer? We just got here. What?
I don't know. Depends on the wind. And I suppose the moon.
Do you fly?
Ah,
That is so cool.
flying. Ah. So are you here for vacation? Or,
No.
or not?
Oh no, not vacation. We can't actually get inside there.
The
But
elves.
it's the
Yeah.
elves.
They tend
So-
to be very
Oh.
distrusting
Yeah.
of, humans after
Yeah,
their long history.
Understandable.
Yes. I can't get over the fact that you look so familiar.
me?
Have we met before?
I don't think so. I mean, I used to work in Capital City, but I wasn't like famous or anything.
Your parents, were they musicians?
No. I grew up without them, but I was taken in by the bard at an inn.
Oh.
Yeah.
And this is how you honed your skills. Okay, well, it's very nice to meet you. You said your name was, with the cloak. The nice,
What?
mother's gown. Rezik.
Rezik. Sorry, yes, Rezik.
Ah, yes. Well, Rezik. Very nice to meet your acquaintance.
Of course.
Oh. Please.
Mellingem, you wouldn't happen to be able to get in the city, would you? You'd ever perform in there?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Depending on, the season, the moon,
Right,
the wind,
right.
the trees, how I'm
Well-
feeling, how they're feeling, really. There's a lot of factors.
Of course. But would you? I don't know. Trust is performed all over Aventide, and it would be marvelous to be able to add Moragana to the list of cities that they've performed at. So, would you be able to get maybe Trust in as a favor to another bard to be able to perform in one of the near local taverns, possibly?
Oh. Well, did you want to go inside?
Well, it would be a shame to come all this way and not get to see inside. Does he look familiar to me at all, or his previous version?
No. Really, I mean, you're pretty good at memorizing all the, he definitely wasn't like a hotshot in Capital City because you knew all of them. You kind of know everybody. And this guy seems maybe too familiar with you. That's the kind of feel you're getting, but like, you've never seen him before. You're absolutely sure that you'd remember a guy like this.
Right.
He like doesn't stand out too much for you not to remember him.
Right. Heard. Or his music, or his like particular bardic
Yeah.
playing style.
Yeah, Rezik.
So we heard that Trust's father was from like a family, one of the princely families of Capital City. Were they halfling or were they gnomish?
I don't know. Did you guys ever find that out? I don't think you know.
We were told that from someone that they were. I'm pretty sure at some point we were told that there was a possibility that they were from like a princely family somewhere.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes. That was right. It was a gnomish family.
A gnomish.
A gnomish family. Okay. So this is not her dad. Okay, cool.
Good stuff. I know. I just looked way back in my notes and was like, "Oh my god, did I forget what I named the bard that taught me?" Like, and was like searching to make sure it wasn't just totally messing up.
Tight.
Wait, did you? Oh no, you said wherever the wind takes you. Well, do you play every day round the same time? Like, if we wanted to come watch you again?
Sure.
Yeah?
I'd love to play again. Especially as someone as talented as you is requesting it. Well, how could I say no?
But you can see me play. How do you know I'm talented?
Oh, well, I just have a knack for knowing things about people.
Talent can tell talent.
That's-
there you go.
Sure, but you usually have to hear it first. I mean, I'm flattered. I'm absolutely flattered. But so you don't look familiar to me. But you think you've seen me before?
No, you just remind me of someone I used to know a very long time ago. Though she... Well, let's just say we parted ways on not the best of terms.
Like a tiefling lady?
Tiefling is such a strange term. She was a unique and very alluring and powerful woman.
Would this happen to
What
be
was
the
my
woman in the
mom's name?
song?
What was my mom's name?
Vess.
I have so many notes. I'm like, oh my god.
The Empress, or they were known as Vess in the what's it called? That group. What was that group name again? James, sorry.
Serenity.
The Serenity, yes. In Serenity, they were known as Vess, I think. Or Zess? Vess? I forget. Zess?
Vess.
Vess.
Zess.
Zess, okay.
Yeah. So, are you mentioning that name?
Yeah.
He
Was
kind of
it-
looks to you and looks to you, Rezik. More and more interesting. More and more interesting.
So was that who you're talking about?
Well, she was known by that name quite a while ago. How did you come by that name? You are obviously her daughter, no? As all tieflings are.
Allegedly.
Interesting.
All tieflings. I thought it was just like some of them, but it's all of them.
Well, I'm not gonna get into that mess. That's something you all should figure out on your own.
I'm trying.
Yes. Well, at moon up, let's play.
What?
I'd like to hear your story.
Oh, moon up. Like when the moon's up?
Mm-hmm.
And you really knew my mum.
Enough to write a song about her.
Ah, I knew it.
Yes,
The song was about
check.
your mother. Wow.
I check him.
Yeah, roll an insight check.
You fell in love with a tiefling, and it was unrequited. Sir, I...
Oh, so
Oh my, I feel
uncomfortable.
your pain.
Insight +4. Ooh, 21.
21. Man, just this guy, annoying as all hell, seems to be telling the truth about everything. And though he dodges questions, he doesn't say anything that's a falsehood. He doesn't say anything that's a lie, though you can tell he omits many details. Meanwhile, Kelwise, Cornelia. And I was a sailor. My daddy boy pop took me over.
It's so much worse as we get closer.
Yeah.
My company
sea shanty.
And I brought all the ground home
Oh,
to
man.
me.
Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah! And you see, like,
Oh,
this very rosy-cheeked elf in, like, it's like his clothes are made and spindled out of pure gold. This guy has got, like, these giant, puffy shoulder pieces and this cape, and it's running down, and he's sitting at this big table by himself with whole, like, big bottles, what look like expensive wines and ales kind of surrounding him, and he's just hiccuping and screaming, and everyone else in there, like, it's almost, they're all like pretending like he doesn't exist. They're not being rude by any means, but they're just all kind of just like live and let live. And this elf is just kind of sitting, and every time you guys cheer, he just cheers you back. Hey! All right.
wow.
Who wants to hear another? Another? You say, well, I won't say no. Do you?
What?
Did we say yes?
Twinkle, twinkle, smallest star.
Oh!
So
And I...
Oh, you're a bard too.
No!
What's your name,
I-
little bard?
I am... Poppy.
Poppy! Poopy Poppy!
How did you know my full name?
Poppy!
How did he know my full name?
Yeah,
That's so
the
crazy.
He must
little
be-
Poopy
Must have
Poppy
a
who
nose.
came into the tavern, and they were so poopy. They were a lowborn uncast who should be driven from Aventide for ruining the land with the dirty, filthy people mixed with dogs and cats and lambs. All right.
How... I like look at myself. Am I
Follow.
still... I'm still a gnome, right?
Yeah.
I looked at Kawai's and I'm like, did you hear that?
I did.
Foggle.
I'm
More
kind of sad I did.
wine.
No, but didn't he call me that?
Well, it seemed like he was singing at you, but I mean, maybe not to you.
Because I'm... I lift my
Or-
skirt to make sure. Yeah,
Are there
I'm...
any
Okay.
casts around? Do we see any?
Maybe. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure why.
And I... Do I smell like...
And you
Is it
you
the
kind
smell?
of smell yourself, and the over wafting air of alcohol kind of is filling this place, and it more so that just his corner is kind of noxious. You're pretty sure that he didn't smell you through all that. He's just kind of a blubbering idiot. Hard to tell if he was actually singing to you or just kind of screaming out into the inn.
I mean, it's entirely possible he's just, a racist jerk. And
Oh!
I mean,
Excuse me, sir?
Oh,
Are you a racist jerk?
racist?
Yeah.
yeah, all that
Okay.
stuff you just said about uncast
Yeah,
people.
the
I mean,
races. Well, yeah. I mean, there should just be elves and everything would be fine. All the problems in the world come from everyone else.
wow.
Oh.
It's so enlightened. Please tell us
Yes.
more.
Wait.
Well, you know,
Are you-
you know
you
the
kinda
halflings. You bring
Okay.
nothing to the world. You just take, right, you put out all the stuff from the world. You put nothing back. Gnomes. Well, you gnomes. Good at ripping things from the ground. Good at cutting down all
Collecting.
the trees.
No.
Collecting. Taking.
trees.
Keeping.
have a question for you.
Hmm.
Are you a noble? 'Cause you
A
seem like a
noble.
noble.
Oh, I think it's noble.
A noble. Yeah.
Noble.
Are you a noble?
I'm not a human. I'm a highborn. If that's what you're asking, yes, I am.
Oh.
You
wow.
may,
Puffy
you may
sleeve.
bow if you wish. I mean, you should. If
Oh.
you're not
Can I give
I'm
you a
bowing
donut
right now.
instead?
a donut,
Yeah. I mean, a brown pastry. I don't know what a donut is.
oh, round pastries, yeah, those are good ones.
Sweet.
Those are good ones. And those, those
There
are
you
from
go.
Pasty. These is the best pasties.
Yeah,
pastries.
we're friends. We do
And he
business
takes
with
one.
him.
And he just starts to eat it, and crumbles kind of grossly all over him. Ugh,
That's how I
these
eat.
are the greatest. These are so good. That's how you eat them.
Has his wine
Yeah.
come yet?
And yeah, you see this dwarf, kind of skinny with this well-kept brown long beard, completely bald on top, and little very fine spectacles, comes over with a bottle, looks up at you guys, puts one down on the table. Hey, anything else for you? And he kind of waves him off, just like very flippantly.
Okay.
Can I try to like very sneakily drop some of like the work root that we have, like the numbing root, into his wine?
Sure. Roll a stealth check,
Okay.
or slide a hand.
Okay.
I'm eyeballing that. Oh, I didn't see it. So
And 22.
22. Yeah, like you put it in. He's like staring. You put it in. He doesn't even move. And then he looks around. Hey, you guys, when did you get here?
Oh, just a moment ago, you were telling us such a great story.
Oh, I was. Yeah,
You
it was.
were.
All my stories are pretty great. They're pretty
Yeah, how'd you learn how to sing so well?
great.
Oh, here, have some wine.
You know, I'm a highborn, so everything I do is great. Even the wine I drink becomes better because I'm drinking it.
Oh my
Don't you know?
gosh, wow.
that makes
And he
sense.
drinks it.
Man,
A little bit.
But do you guys really think he's a high elf? I kind of don't believe it.
He looks like a drunk elf,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
I bet he doesn't even have a house to live in, probably.
Oh, house.
You know what?
Well,
I bet you're
house
right.
State. Oh, mansion.
I don't
Yeah,
think
right.
so.
What? Oh, you're questioning a highborn. Really?
No, we're not questioning. We're just stating that you
Uh,
probably don't have one. I think.
No,
Yeah, let's just say we're people who don't believe it until we see it.
Well, let's go see it then.
Are you sure?
I
I
mean,
write songs
It's
about
probably-
you.
terribly inconvenient time for you right now to go and see it, right?
I'm up for a good laugh.
I can't feel my mouth. Is that tongue out now?
You know?
No. Mm-mm.
No. What is that? And he waves you over and just starts
Yeah.
to trudge back
We're
and
gonna
forth.
take
and
him
he
home, everyone.
slowly just starts trudging off towards the that gate guard you met at the Arm Vale.
I guess
But
we
if you walk
trudge
the
on.
same way.
Yeah, you
Think
guys
he's
just
walking?
all kind of
Well,
walk.
I'm gonna walk with him like he's my buddy, you know, with my kind of arm around his leg and stuff. Oh, laughing.
Okay.
You
yeah,
totally
you guys
know
just
this guy.
drunkenly trudge up to Tom Go, who no, Tom Go is the other
Wait,
I had them all written down.
can we just ask
somewhere.
his name while we're walking up to the guards?
Funny
as well?
enough, you start to ask him in his diluted phrase state, but he answers, but his mouth is like so numb right now that it's just unintelligible sound is starting to come out of his mouth. So you just start to hear, and then he like checks his tongue.
It's still there.
Which one of those was your name, though? Was it?
Do I understand what he's saying? Because
Yeah,
because of how I am.
Roll a disadvantage D20 perception check.
Pope speaks mumbles.
I'm also using
like
baby
giant.
dice day. Look.
Aw. So divide it by
Man, I
two.
need to get
dice.
some.
I will use only
Divide it by
giant
two.
dice. Let's see.
I rolled a
Giant dice.
perception.
Mm-hmm.
9 plus 2 is 11.
Unfortunately, like even to you, who is an expert at filthy blabber, drunken filthy blabber is a whole other
Don't do
world
drunk.
to you. Yeah. But his name sounds long. That's all you can get. Every time you ask him, it just sounds like a long-winded thing. But he's walking up.
Guess we'll just call him Long.
You get to his name was Pokrator, the gate guard at the Arm Vale, who, and then this beautiful, nice armor. You see that line of knights, all in kind of this very light-looking, almost bluish armor, and he kind of has his arms crossed as you guys walk up, as you just basically just talked to him, and he squints his eyes.
Did we talk to him?
I thought you
I
did.
don't remember
maybe
talking
not.
to him.
So you didn't talk to him. You just saw him, and
He
he
does
has
not
his
recognize
he has his name printed on a big crest on his chest. That's how you knew his name.
Got it.
Yeah, and you guys walk up with this drunken elf, and he's kind of like, and the gate guard is just like arms crossed, staring at all of you. And again, he kind of, and he just kind of does that for a while, and he gets right up in this gate guard's face, like straight up, and he starts going,
Sir, he is a highborn. You should listen to him.
and his eyes shoot to you, Kelwise. He just kind of looks at you, and just this thin, seething look on his face. And he whispers something in Elven, which Pup you'd know is
Yeah.
open it up. And the gates, these almost golden gates, start to open into the Arm Vale as you guys start to walk into this huge district of high fenced, walled off estates. Trust, you and Rezik are outside. What are you guys gonna do with your day? He asked you to play at night, and he kind of wanders into the crowd, and you notice like you watch him walk, and he just kind of walks behind a tent and then gone. Never comes out from behind the tent, just gone.
But I never got like malintent vibes from him, just like kind of secrety.
Not a single one.
Okay.
It's almost as if he was conning these people with the best of intentions.
Okay.
And he wasn't even a con. He just played beautifully.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
accentuated his flaws, which... Is that conning somebody?
Rezik. Come here, Rezik.
Yes.
Okay. So he was
That guy was so cool.
Okay, wait a second. He was definitely charming everyone. Like he was very talented.
He was
but
very very charming. Yes.
But
Yeah.
no, like, you know how you taught me how to charm people and how sometimes when I play my music, I can make them like me more?
Yeah.
He was definitely doing that.
Oh, Trust. I mean, I know he was very good, but I think coming off a little bit jealous now. I mean, I think he was just playing very well. I don't know if he was charming us.
No, I mean, like, I legitimately know he was. I'm not faulting him for it. It's like, I'll do it too. It's the name of the game. I'm just letting you know.
And you do it better. You're far better than him as a
Thank
bard.
you.
So don't worry.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I just want you to know that's what happened. I want you to like know his vibes, and his vibes are a little tricky.
Okay, and I'll watch out. I mean, you're gonna meet him tonight, right?
Yeah, but I don't know how much to trust him.
Okay, well I can go with you and just kind of make sure that everything's cool. But he seemed all right.
He did, but like also he knew my mum, but like, oh, I'm afraid I want to know so much from him, but I'm also afraid to tell him too much about us because, like, what if he's secretly working for Capital C and he's just gonna help them find us? And I'm really overwhelmed.
Ooh, that's actually a very good point. Didn't think about that.
Like, I don't think he didn't seem like he just seemed like a bard that charms people because that's what we do, and kind of didn't want to say some things, but he didn't feel bad and evil. But like, we've been fooled before, right?
Well, you're pretty perceptive. What was your take on him? Did he seem like he had malintent, or did he seem like he was?
He did not seem like he had malintent, but that doesn't mean I'm not still worried that he might, because if he was that good at like disguising, because like he didn't look that old at the end of the song, like when we saw him at first, and so I think he definitely disguised himself a little bit. So I just don't know if he's like playing a character right now who has no malintent, but then we'll like boom, be like, I'm capturing you all and taking you back to Capital C, you rogues.
Okay, well, don't worry, you're bringing the right guy with you. I am an illusionist wizard. I'll be able to perceive if there's some kind of illusion magic happening, and also if he tries to charm us, I'll just I'll do my best to try to like wave that off and cancel his spell if possible. But I think honestly, he's probably fine. I think he just was a cool guy playing, and he seemed fine to me. So let's just talk to him. Maybe you'll learn more about your mom. That could be good.
That would be amazing, because I was not conscious when you all met her, so I really missed an opportunity there. Really big missed opportunity there.
Yeah, and that really blows, and I'm sorry that happened. That was really bad timing again. Anyway, all right. Well, I need to do a few things before tonight, but you just relax. Don't worry too much, all right?
How? This is like we're missing half our party. We're trying to accomplish saving the world. This random guy knows my mum and is charming everyone, but is probably fine. Like, how am I not supposed to worry right now?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you guys always tell me that I think about things a little bit too much. I worry a little bit too much. So this is the time to take your own advice, right? Just take one step at a time. We'll check this guy out tonight. Maybe learn more about your mom, and then go from there. All right?
Okay.
And the guys inside, they've got it. Don't worry. I'm sure right now they're already at the archivist's place talking to him. They didn't get sidetracked at all. They're totally on it.
You're right. They're very trustworthy, and they never get into any shenanigans. So
of course not.
Unless there was sugar, and then maybe
unless that would be
distracted.
That's definitely possible.
I'm going to polish my ukulele and maybe practice a bit, because his instruments are a lot nicer than mine.
Oh, let's maybe you and I can work on just making you look, very prepared for tonight. Very, very nice. Kind of a little bit more, I don't know, jazzed up than usual. I don't know how to say that exactly, but you know what I mean.
Yes, I do. Okay. I'm gonna polish her up. We've been traveling a lot. Been in the air a lot. Slept on a large dog a lot. So clean that right up.
And then yeah, as trust crew member or roadie or whatever, I will just back them up and get them prepared for tonight. The rest of the day, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, and you guys start to prepare. Trust you make sure your ukulele is tuned and in fine order. The nice stain of the wood, you dust it
dog
off.
has
And you
fleas.
there you go. The Arum Vale opens before you, this grandiose fenced estate kind of littered all around. You notice these golden inlaid cobblestoned paths. And as you walk through this, or kind of wobble through this, you know that the murals painted on these fences, again, of a golden, almost shining ink, they almost seem to flow as you walk through this place, as if an illusion that changed as you moved from the different angles you see it. And it's as if you're walking through a glade of golden trees. There's a feel that you're in the middle of a forest itself. You're just surrounded by nature as you walk, and it's this beautiful shimmering area until finally this character whose mouth totally numb at this point, kind of moving into his extremities as he just kind of walking through the street, walks up to a gate.
Yes.
Whenever you're ready.
This
This is your house. This is it. This one? This one here. Wow.
I don't think so. You can't go inside. We're
Are
outside
you?
right now.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Why are we still out here then?
Are you just? He's just pretending that this one is his.
You need. Your mouth is.
Oh, do you need to say something? You want to write it on a piece of paper? You want to say it?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Nah?
And he just kind of slaps his face against the gate, which doesn't budge even an inch.
Aja.
And then he slowly slides down the gate and passes out.
Oh. Well.
Well, we didn't really. How much closer are we to where we're going right now?
Both of you guys, Cornelia, roll me a perception check.
It's 17.
17. As you guys are trying to figure this guy out, Cornelia, you're kind of looking around this place, and you notice far down this shimmering aisle of estates, quite far in the distance, you see a highborn coach pull up to an estate, and a man walks up and almost casts a spell, drawing a rune in the air, which the gate itself magically just opens. He bows, and this beautiful coach rolls in, and the gates close. And you get the sense that, like, this guy has to open the gate, but he's now, like, paralyzed and drunk to the point where, like,
Got it, guys. I got
he
it.
can't open it. Now, the gate itself is only, like, 15 feet tall. But,
I mean, that's it. It's only 4 times my height. Oh, pup, you could probably get up there.
Yeah, should I just. Is that weird?
I mean, we just snuck into this place on false pretenses.
But do we even care about this guy? I mean, we do care about this guy. At least he's
Well,
home. But is just he gonna get us where we need to go, or are we closer now to where we need to go?
I have no idea. I feel bad leaving him here on his doorstep, though. We should probably get him into his house at the very least, right? That would be like the friendly, neighborly thing to do. Maybe he would. No, he hated us, though.
It's gonna be safe
He
here.
was racist.
He was super racist.
Yeah. Do we help the racist guy? Because it's the right thing to do. Because helping people is the right thing to do.
Helping people is the right thing to do, even if they're racist.
Yeah.
Dang. I mean, okay, we're probably closer to where we needed to go, though, right? They talked about didn't someone tell you about this place where we needed to be? Like here, wasn't it here? Are we like there now?
Where were we trying to go? We're trying to go to the golden stairs, up the golden steps.
Well, yeah. So there's 3 districts. There's the High Castle, which is where the queen is, and you assume that's where. And people have said that's basically where the archivist is, as well as the mage, the magus, and as well as the queen. Unfortunately, like everyone's like, there's no way we can even get in contact with that because that's crazy, and you guys are psycho. But there's this big white, almost ivory bridge that leads from the Arum Vale into the High Castle, and then the High Castle itself underneath. It's this entire raised platform with a huge waterfall that totally encompasses the entire bottom, falling down all around it.
Got it. Where we are right now, is there a lot of shade? There's trees
you can
and stuff.
look through this fence. The fence isn't completely, and you see this beautiful garden through this place. So there is some shade and trees and such, all lighting this big, long, almost 100-meter paved stone walkway, very, very wide.
Okay, guys, hear me out. What if I him inside and then took his clothes and then came back out just so we have them in case? Because then I could just be him if we need it.
What are the chances of you
And
running
he
into
was
somebody?
able to. I mean, we could see through this right here. We don't see anyone. You could see into the garden. That's
Inside the
behind
house?
The tree. No, just behind the tree.
Oh, you're gonna take his clothes that he's wearing now?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna strip him?
I mean, he'll be at home. He's at home.
Maybe he shows up drunk, naked at home a lot.
It's normal.
And it looks like he can get through any gate without saying words. Because if we just got in here and he did not say a single word, and I'm really good at talking like the way he just talked.
You mean mumbly?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, he probably does that all the time.
Well, considering we're now in a place that we're really, really not supposed to be, it probably would make sense to have someone covering for us. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Cornelia, you have any thoughts? Should Pup just do this?
Just a thought.
I think that we will definitely get kicked out if we're not sneaky or have an elf,
An escort.
an escort.
Yeah.
Is that a thought?
And you guys start to see far down, you guys start to see 2 completely armored elves who seem to just be normally patrolling, walking from pretty far away down the pathway, similarly from the area Cornelia saw, and it just looks like they're walking.
We
Not
try
at
to be like,
on alert or anything. They just seem to be patrolling around.
can we try to like open the gate, say like open in Elvish or
Sure.
open?
I mean, you say open, it doesn't seem to work.
You can only take one person with me.
I say go for it because we're sort of running out of time.
Yeah, do it real quick.
And try to take him with me.
Okay, roll a Arcana check. DC 15.
Can I sneak through the gate bars? Oh, she gotta go.
Natural 20.
Today is the day for little dice!
You seem to just almost walk into the gate and then through it, and you come out below this what looks like a fruit tree, perfectly manicured fruit tree on the other side. Kyle-wise, you and Cornelia are left outside as you start to see these 2 walk, and one of them kind of seems to look in your direction from far off and mentions something, and they both start to walk into your direction. It's clear that they've kind of seen you from far off. They don't seem like they're trying to attack or anything, but they are briskly kind of walking in your direction. Pup, you see this big, huge lawn with trees everywhere, all kinds of different fruit trees and such, and like bunches of fruits you've never seen before, all over the place. This big paved walkway or road that leads into this massive white estate. This estate is totally clean, made of this porcelain white and marbled stone. There's windows and all sorts of things, and you do see that there's this big mural of what looks like a winged beast, up with a elven knight riding its back, holding a spear into the air.
Oh, I'm gonna
That's awesome.
strip him.
Okay.
I also clock like any drawings or like even writing that I see. Like I'm just trying to memorize the shapes because I can't because I'm illiterate, but I can memorize the shapes and then write it down later. Is what I'm trying to like really.
Okay. Yeah.
Attention
There's no.
while
It doesn't look like there's
stripping
any
this man.
writing. Just that big mural, kind of etched into the stone. Those two elves start to walk up in your direction, Kelwise and Cornelia, as Pup is doing this. One of them
stretching.
kind of. May I ask what your purpose here in the Aurum Vale is?
Oh yeah, we're just waiting for a friend.
Your friend,
Yeah,
by the name of,
I mean, he lives here.
this guy.
and this would be the estate of.
Realistically, he didn't get very far into names. He was, as you might know, on the sauce, and
Yes.
actually sort of invited us in here to. We're performers, actually.
And why has he left you out on the roadside?
He's changing his clothes.
Yeah.
He got a little, drank too much.
Yeah.
So he got drunk. Well, in our experience, he's probably not coming back.
Oh.
You'd probably
Really?
best be heading back to the
man.
Silverarium.
I'm
Just
like trying to
because
change
I would
and
hate
walk
for you
up
to-
as fast as possible.
I mean, you just
Okay.
went in there. Can we wait a moment longer?
Yeah, I mean, it was seconds ago. It was right before you guys walked up, actually. I'm surprised you didn't see him.
Well, roll me a persuasion check. That's
Both
where
of
this
us,
guy's
or-
at. Yeah, both of you.
Or whoever
Does the fact that I was stretching and a performer help my persuasion?
Well, let's see how convincing you were.
For the fact
I
that they
rolled
know
a-
that he's drunk.
Let's see how bendy you are.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah, I rolled a hard 6.
A hard 6. Yeah, they both kind of
Where's my
eye
17?
you both.
I'm like trying to touch my toes.
Well, it seems you
He's out
might
of
be in
practice.
his good company. Well,
do
well,
I
we'll
hear
just-
any of this?
you can hear this. Yeah, from the other side of the gate.
I'm gonna like
Well, we'll
transform
just-
into him. So I'm like still trying to undress him and dress myself.
Is he okay?
I mean, he was really drunk, but
Yes. it does
presumably
seem
he still
so.
wants the show.
I say, Persicius, open your gate.
And in an Elvish, I respond, "Do I have to?
Well, yes. Unfortunately,
Can
your
you
guests...
do it for me?"
Can
We're
I
still
do
outside,
it
sir.
for you? Of course I can't open your family home. Your guests either need to be in your estate or they need to leave.
I'll get him. Just go. I'll get him.
I must insist that you open the gate, or we will have to have words with your father.
Not Daddy!
Yes, the very same. You've done this too many times. All right?
How many? 5?
How many? Are you kidding me?
I only know 10.
My God. He is just impossible when he drinks.
I really... Am I dressed by now?
Yeah, you could be fully... Yeah, you're fully dressed.
Great. I go up to the... Because you said that the fence was kind of like... You could see through it.
The fence you can see through, yeah.
Yeah, I go up to the fence. Can you guys just jump? Can you throw them?
Throw them? Why can't you open your gate?
They're small anyway. Just toss them. They don't care. They're little and elf.
It's true. I mean, you probably could throw us.
You want us to throw you over the fence?
It's a good jest.
Yeah, I mean, it's all part of the show, right? We're entertainers.
Can I fit through the bars?
They both kind of looked at each other, and the bars are too small to fit through. But I mean, they kind of
look at them the same way that I saw him looking at the
and
belt.
You see the guard start to like one of the guards starts to like take off these like kind of cumbersome shoulder pads.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, throw little ones.
What's the best way to do this? All right. And they both kind of take their hands, these gauntleted hands, and put them down for your feet. Who's going first?
I will.
Okay.
It's just working. I cannot believe.
On the count of 3, we're going to send you over. Please, please. Be ready and take care of yourself. Roll me an acrobatics check. As they attempt to throw you.
I'm racist.
It's break a leg, actually. It's.
Oh.
I don't like
racist.
So that is a 5. So that's 22. So that's a 26.
A 26. So they clearly not apt at doing this. Try and heave you up, but one of your feet slips off of one of the guy's hands because he's just not holding you correctly, and his hand goes like right up into your crotch, and they're trying to push you up, but your
whoa, guys,
your ambleness, you kind of just grab the fence and just climb up yourself. These guys
that's
are
my hoo-ha.
not good, and then you climb up and over, and the one elf kind of looks very embarrassed. This elf kind of looks like a tomato. Sorry.
Is this your first time?
Throwing people over fences is not really. Anyways, here you go.
How hard can it be?
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we?
Yeah, and it's not 1, 2, 3, go. It's we're gonna go hep hep ho, and you're gonna lob me on ho. Got it?
On ho.
On ho. Hep hep.
Here we go.
Oh.
Hep hep. Roll acrobatics.
Yeah, do something. Do a kickflip.
18.
18. Similarly, they kind of throw you. This is a little bit better, just the tiniest bit better, but they kind of throw you forward more than up, and you kind of just grab the bars, and then they just kind of haphazardly push you up as high as they can, and you kind of have to climb the rest of the way up, and then you kind of slide down the other side.
Violet!
One of them
Don't
looks
tell
around,
Daddy!
and Pup, you notice one of them looks at the ground kind of near your feet.
And I start doing.
I thought that I was away from the fence, like behind the
I mean,
tree to change him, and then I came up over to the fence.
You're not that far though. The tree itself had to be within kind of 30 feet. You see them kind
60.
of looking. Yeah, well, the tree itself, that tree specifically, was about 30 feet away from the gate, and he's just looking. It doesn't look like he's alarmed. He's just kind of curiously looking in at the.
Can you guess who that is? Guess who else got drunk?
Oh, I'd rather not.
Yes. Guess who else?
Pussisius, please, for your.
No, I need a name.
For your house.
Guess who else got drunk?
You need to get a hold of yourself.
Yeah, my house. What's my house's name? I bet you don't even know it.
Your house. Are you
I
kidding?
bet you don't even have a house. I bet you don't even know my house's name.
The Timberworms.
Yeah.
Is your name funny?
Worm.
I just won't understand you. Come. And they put their shoulder pads back on. They seem to just shake their heads. And they just kind of wander off. And you guys are left in this big
Thank
estate.
I look at
And at the same time... At the same time,
Fives all around.
you guys hear a noise that makes your blood run cold. And as you look up, you hear a as he wakes up, and you realize it's just Persicius Tamberworm. Meanwhile, by this time the sun is starting to go down and the moon is starting to rise, and you guys kind of just in time got into this place as you guys start to help him along the way, so he's not just sleeping under the rare fruit trees. Trust, Rezik, what are you guys doing to prepare for this?
Me.
And Rezik, what were you doing? You said you had some business to do before then.
No, I'm literally
general-
like
General
I'm
business.
like shining Trust shoes. I'm like kind of like cleaning their clothes a little bit. I'm preparing
Oh,
them
okay.
meal. Just like, okay, we're gonna get ready for tonight. It's gonna be awesome. Blah blah blah. It's like kind of like just preparing for tonight. Just like trying to psych them up. But by the way, Trust. I was just thinking, this is probably awful, but
What?
if you're really worried,
Stop
I was
yourself.
thinking-
Wait, no, that was gonna be it. No.
no. Trying to get away from that if possible. But we could like dual charm him, like both at the same time, be like charm, and then like hopefully one of them lands and get some intel out of the guy. But I mean, that's like pretty messed up, so probably not.
Well, not really. He kind of charmed you and tried to charm me. But I would say, let's see how much we can get out of him first. If he really won't tell us anything, or we really start to think he's being super suspect, then
Super sus.
we hit him with the 1-2 punch. And I think we can let each other know, like, I think it's time for that famous 1-2 punch song.
Yeah, we'll pull
Or is that too obvious?
classic Rezik move and do a
Yes.
dual charm spell.
Classic Trust Rezik mess around, as they say.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yes, we can. I'll be like, oh, I know. I'll be like, I'm gonna start a new song, and if I start the song and I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then we charm him.
Great. That's a perfect plan. I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Make
you
sure
guys-
to eat up because tonight's really important. Okay, I made that for you. Right.
You guys start to prepare, and as you guys are preparing and getting ready, the familiar sound of a flute starts to waft through the area. And that is where we're going to go on our first break.
Oh man!
I always
so much
say-
is happening.
Right before
First
the rock
break,
show.
And yet, it's
There's
our
no
only
second.
Only break.
I guess it's
Yeah.
our first break.
Oh.
Well, it's a break until
We're gonna
next
take
week.
only.
we're gonna take a
At
quick
the end.
15-minute break. Just a break, Kate, and we'll be back in a little bit to play more.
But we're
D&D.
gonna go pee.
I'm gonna take a big old dump.
We're gonna take a big old
We need to
pee.
poo.
Don't go away. We're gonna play more D&D. We're just gonna take a quick break so we can use the El Baño.
Facilities.
We are braked. We've done our potty break.
It's broken, actually.
We're broken. We are very broken.
We
Right.
have
Or just
broken. We're broke
Oh,
and broken.
Ah. Truth
Man.
hurts. Truth hurts. Savage.
If you would have asked me, like, how could an entire generation be broke? And I would have been like, I don't know. That seems crazy that no one that I know. You know what? Maybe it's just me. Does it seem like, all right, I let me throw this out to you guys. Does it seem like your wealthiest friends have other really wealthy friends? And like, I have like no, like really, really wealthy friends. My friends all kind of make the same amount of money as I do.
Yeah.
The only like wealthy friends I have, it's like family money. There's like, I have friends that make good money, but I wouldn't say they're wealthy. But they like make.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know anyone living in mansions. I know people who can like afford a house payment. You know, it's about it. If that's
great.
wealthy,
That's pretty great.
Like,
Yeah.
like
100%.
I'm talking about like your tight knit group, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I have associates that are filthy rich, but they don't remember my name after
Sure.
we're done working together. So like, they're not really friends.
yeah.
Kate disagrees with me.
Well, I mean, my personal experience is different. But 'tis neither here nor there. They are not nobles.
Nobles!
Nobles.
Down with the nobles!
That's what we should do. Our next campaign will be like
Eat the
American nobles, and we just get to be
Eat
like.
the nobles, yes!
All right.
That's the name of our cookbook that we're making with all of the Jaymes recipes. Eat the nobles.
Gosh, what would the cover of that book be? Just like
It would
Just
be...
like bunch of
Fitz
heads.
with an apple in his mouth
Yeah.
on a tray, just like.
Penis.
and the entire thing would be narrated like as him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Be all in his voice.
I don't know. You cook it. You just put it together and cook it, and it becomes
You
a
just
meal.
fold the cheese, David. I
That's
don't just you just fold the cheese.
David.
Ew, say that. Ew.
Say that. All right. You guys hear a flute off in the distance.
Every time you say flute, I think balloon.
Flute
Nice.
balloon. Yeah,
flute
not a flute
balloon.
balloon. Not quite that oppressive. Just a flute. And it's almost like you know when people are they just take an instrument, they just play a couple notes just to warm themselves up, and it's that kind of thing. But trust, there's a hidden agenda in this, almost a challenge, a calling you out, and not an aggressive challenge, just like almost a inquisitive challenge, almost like a.
I respond with a few chords.
Okay, and you respond with a few chords, and this tone starts to play, almost a tone of disappointment, and then it ends. What are you doing?
I play a tone of What do I play a tone of? I play a tone of Rezik, what do I play? What do I do? It sounded disappointed. What do I do?
Yeah,
I mean, just
Rezik, you're hearing these notes and everything sounds beautiful to
I
you,
just
right?
double down. I double down on, like, I just play a better few chords. I don't know.
Okay, well, what do you just play these beautiful chords. No reply.
Oh.
Uninterested. This is what you
Okay.
get from the silence.
I'm just gonna start playing a show. Rezik and I are just gonna start playing a show. I don't care about this guy. Screw him.
oh my gosh. Okay, I
I'll
see.
play a
I see
show.
that Trust is starting to like really just lay it out. I'm just like, oh god, and I like go behind her and I start
I'm
kind
like
of just
that.
like blasting off things, and I'm just like really trying to like make sure she's good.
I'm like the Road to El Dorado meme.
What are you playing, Trust? Describe to
I
me.
am playing. Okay, so so I think back fondly on my concert with Steve that just
Aww.
brought an entire city to inspiration. but I know I can't
Commotion.
replicate that without Steve. So, I craft something similar, another rockish, bringing some rock vibes. These people never heard my rockin' vibes, and start to play the tale of our battle.
The tale of your battle. What battle? Is
Which
this?
battle? I know, right? Sorry. I don't remember any of the names of the places we've been. When we were in the air, and the last big one we had that brought us back here.
Okay, so you start to play a tune.
Or is that giving away too much information? Oh no, I'm second guessing myself.
And that
We're not talking about our
you
exploits.
you start to see him in the crowd as you start to play. As you start to play, roll me a performance check.
Oh God.
And the crowd starts to form around you.
Oh. 13.
And it's not that you're playing bad, but you look out into the crowd and you see Melodrum.
He spooks me, makes
Staring
me a
at
little
you.
nervous.
And he just kind of has a almost incredulous look of disappointment on his face.
How dare he! How dare he!
And he starts to play along with you. And something about the way he plays, you start to feel things. You start to feel anxious, and then he brings you in, and you find yourself all of a sudden following along and struggling to keep up. And he's not playing any faster, but you feel like you're falling farther and farther and farther behind. And you start to hear all kinds of questions. Then you start to feel insecurities about your art and your playing. And it's almost as if he's asking you why you even play in the first place. And not an insult, but like an honest, earnest question that why do you even play?
Clearly this man's never known poverty. I'm playing to survive.
Yeah, and you start to play and you play to survive, and that desperation starts to come out, and the music shifts to a much more aggressive, upbeat, almost as if you're fighting him at this point, challenging him. He's asking these very personal, very aggressive questions, almost intruding, right? Like, why? Of course you play to survive. Like, you grew up on the streets of Capital City. You had no other choice. It was play or die. And still, he prods deeper and deeper as he keeps up with you easily, adding voice line after voice line. It's as if he's his own band now, playing by himself in this space. And he asks you again, through his music, what's even in your heart?
His soul's about to be in my heart. Rezik, start the light show.
Okay, I start the night show.
And then, Rezik, roll me a performance.
Okay. Oh god. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. 16 plus 6, so 22?
22.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
his music seems to flow along with Rezik's light show perfectly.
Forget it, we're helping him.
And beautiful, and he's perfectly in sync with Rezik, and the music seems to accentuate. And Rezik, you start to feel the music, and your magic fundamentally changes as you start to expand. It's like your abilities start to seem endless. You feel like you can take chances. And describe to me what your light show is, and you start to paint it. It's almost as if your magic is this paintbrush and you could paint anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, I basically want to use major image, and I kind of like create this kind of like sparkle that kind of wraps around Trust, and like it kind of flows through, and like kind of musical notes fly out of their ukulele and kind of form like images, and like you can kind of see the struggle of Trust from like a bard living on the streets trying to earn money to becoming more powerful over time and exploring the world, and just all this kind of this story's playing out from the from like out of the ukulele basically as she's playing, just trying to really like make her like seem really cool.
And Rezik, you find that your magic is just enhanced. Everything about the magic you're casting is now enhanced, just professional, just an edge to it, and it's as if he's almost pulling this magic out of you, and you're unintentionally adding flourishes and extra to this. And Trust, you see him staring at you as he's playing on this flute, and you play aggressively, and he looks at you, and you start to hear his voice in your mind as he's playing, and he just says, "What a waste that you would hide." And he starts to play, and he draws you to an epic conclusion as the music stops, as your song ends, and the lights explode out, and everyone there is just in a complete awe. And he says to you, Trust,
That's just incredible.
without even saying anything, "I want to see what's in your heart." And he walks into the crowd and blends in and disappears. And the crowd goes crazy. People just, "Oh my gosh!" And you see everyone, including the gnomes, just sparkles in their eyes. Halflings running up to you. People are just going nuts. They have never seen a performance
That was
like
amazing.
this before.
We were riffing and back and forth, and you were playing a note, and then I was doing a thing, and he was doing a thing. It was amazing. That's incredible. And I was just going off on just, oh my god, this was so much.
Yes, I think he wanted to ask me something. Rezik, I don't know, get a hat or something if people want to get it. Oh, I'll be right back. Thank you. And I'm like, I'm going to go find him.
I am not leaving. I'm not leaving her to go on her own. So I'm gonna definitely follow along for sure.
Okay, so you start cutting through the crowd as Rezik starts to follow. Meanwhile, Kelwise, Cornelia, Pup, you have this mostly naked, or fully naked. Pup, how much of this man's clothes did you take?
I mean, everything minus his chonies.
Okay, so he's still got his chonies. That's really what I was asking.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you were very thorough. Okay.
What are they made of?
His chonies, this fine, almost golden silk. Like, they're so nice. Despite the implication that, he's been wearing them all day, they're just the nicest, softest silk. And you guys pull Persicius. You guys drag him all the way into his house, and he's barely sober. And you open these big, grand wooden doors flecked with gold into this white mansion. Yes.
I just want to say, I would have turned back into Poppy before he dragged him in.
Okay, yeah, you turn back into Poppy. You open the doors, and this white golden light turns on into this big mansion full of nothing. it's almost empty. It's very rigid, plain, almost militaristically stale. This grand stairway walks up to a second floor. There's like nice things, rugs and paintings on the walls of what look like maybe past family members and such, but very, very little in the way of gaudy extremities or any kinds of nice things. A stark contrast to Persicius's clothes, which were gaudy beyond reason. This place looks very stale.
Well, that's not what I was expecting.
Should
Maybe he wears his wealth.
I
should
would
we
say
walk
let's find his room. Put him in it.
Might be easy to find.
Well,
A fancy
maybe
one.
not. I mean, this seems like it's a pretty big mansion, right? How big is it?
It is a big.
Are there lots of doors?
Is he awake?
Yeah.
Well, I thought he was awake.
He's like half conscious. Yeah, I mean he's still kind of singing. His mouth
one
is
is
still
your
kind
room?
of.
Point.
And he points up the stairs.
Up the stairs we go.
And you guys
Climb
start to walk up these stairs. There's marbled stone stairs, and you get all the way to the top. And he starts to point around.
Mhm.
And as you guys are walking through, you hear a door close, and you guys all look up, and a man in a very tight-fitting, sheer, almost uniform. This elf with dark shadows over his face and long hair tied back into a tight ponytail closes a door and looks up at all of you. And then he looks at his son, Persicius, and you notice this is clearly a relation. This man is clearly, you saw him on one of the walls, very decorated. He looks just like Persicius, just the taddest bit older.
I'm guessing your daddy.
And he looks at each of you one by one.
I'm gonna bow.
And he looks at
Oh yeah. Wow. I
His son?
followed suit.
I'm like, hold it.
and he just starts to walk by you guys. And he just passes you in the hall
Okay.
and stops just behind you. You are a disappointment. I would rather you just not show your face at all. And he walks down the stairs and out. And you guys look up at Persicius. And he's no longer pointing. Almost sober expression on his face as his arms are just drooped. And he's just kind of hanging in your arms.
Okay, buddy.
And he starts to point.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get you back.
And you open to this big room. He leads you to this double-doored room, and you open it up, and it's just inside this room is lavish. There are silk sheets hanging from this ornate bed frame. There are decorated cabinets with all kinds of things. And the one thing that strikes you about this room is he's got a big portrait on his wall, front and center. And it is a young Persicius holding what looks like a lanced spear in one hand, and his father on the other side with his hand on his shoulder, with that same dark shadowed mask. And he kind of just points to the bed, and you guys kind of roll him onto this bed, and he just kind of falls over and passes out.
Well, the room makes sense.
His dad was so mean.
Yeah, probably one of those scenarios where the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? I mean, he was pretty mean too.
Well, yeah, but what if he was like a product of his environment? Like, we've seen that before, and we know that people can change. So, like, what if he can change? It just kind of reminds me of Fitz a little bit.
Well, he's an elf, so he's got plenty of time to change.
That is true. Or not change, really.
But
That
it
also
is-
true.
But it is
What if-
sad. You wonder if he's drunk and sad, or if the dad is just like, you're always drunk because you party too much, but we assume he's drunk because he's sad, right?
Yeah, what if he drinks to numb the feelings from his dad being such a jerk? What if his dad is the racist?
That's why he was saying that.
It's very possible.
Well, what should we do? Just leave him here, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of too bad. He might be too drunk to remember that us three normal folk helped him back up here when he was in time of need. I mean, through
Should we leave him a note?
obviously. Oh, I mean, no. I was thinking maybe,
We were
but
never here.
yeah, actually, maybe we weren't ever here. That
What
might
if
be
we
smarter.
left him a hot honey? I have like the shorts. I like my dress and my shorts still bundled up, and I like. What if we left him a honey, a hot one?
Think he'd like it?
I don't know. Could it be something to remember? A spy that he doesn't know? And then what if he wants to find out because he does remember us? And then he goes to track down the hot honey. Then he goes to the bakery because he knows that we had the bakery stuff. And then he's like, yo, I also have this hot honey. I got it from these people. Poppy. But Poppy doesn't I don't exist.
Well,
Sounds like it's gonna be hard to find us. Yeah, if you feel strongly about it, leave the hot honey. Maybe he'll take it as a sign.
And I look around for like a pen or a quill or something like that.
Yeah, he has a fine desk full of sheets of parchment and some papers.
Stop, Cornelia.
Oh, anything Rezik would like? I might roll some papers up and
Yeah.
Anything
some
magic?
Fine papers is nice.
Nothing
Any magic
magic. Nothing
No?
magic looking. It doesn't look like there's any arcane stuff there, but like some sheets of paper definitely, and you find a vial of fine ink that you pocket that is worth a pretty penny, you know, because Rezik always complains about how expensive fine ink is when trying to write and draw his murals in his book. So you find a vial of that, which is very nice.
Can you use this less expensive ink to write a note that we leave the honey on?
yes.
What should we
Okay.
say? Stop being racist. I'm sorry your dad
Stop
sucks.
being racist.
I'm sorry your dad sucks.
Sorry, your
Not
dad's.
everyone sucks, so you don't have to drown your pain in alcohol anymore. Just leave and find the people who don't suck. Sometimes they're not elves, but that's okay. They're not as bad as you think they are. That's just your dad telling you those things, and he sucks anyways, so don't listen to him. And also, we love you.
But did we sign who it's from?
Cornelia Co.
No. What if we heart CC? And if it's meant to be, he'll find us.
There you go. Just
What's CC? I don't know letters.
If it's meant to be, you'll find us. Got it.
great. Did you happen to find a crest or anything? Maybe like a stamp where you found that ink?
I'll look again.
Yeah. Something that,
I mean,
or
you see,
is there any...
that there's a crest of the crest on the outside of the house. You've seen that muraled in the stonework, in the doors, all over the place. If you're looking for their family crest,
I'm looking for specifically like a wax stamp that he may have that has the crest on it, or some sort of insignia saying it's from the Timber Worms.
Timber Worms.
Timber Worms.
Oh, I I thought it was worms. That's why I'm still gonna say worms.
Yeah, sounds like worms.
Yeah,
It's like a
do
tambourine
find,
with
you
worms
find,
in it.
You know, there's candles with wax and a seal with his crest.
Yeah.
It's not the same crest with the full mural of the elf with a long spear, riding what looks like a winged reptilian creature, but you do find like it's got like a few almost arcane looking symbols rotated on what looks like a shield.
Perfect. Hopefully, maybe this can help us get a letter to the archivist or someone. Or
Oh, true.
yeah, I mean, I figured if it's got a stamp of the people who are already here, they're probably more likely to let it go through, right? You'd think.
Yeah, and I can go with him and deliver it and be like, take this.
There you go. Smart.
Should we write the note right now so we have it ready?
Yeah, with the ink.
Yeah,
Let's just
I
do the
think
whole
that's
thing.
okay.
Of course.
All right, what does this
You're
one
like-
say, guys?
Hey. That's all I got. Don't write that part. No,
Yeah,
don't write
maybe-
that part either. No, okay, sorry.
This are we are
It's
your
Cornelia Co.
friend.
Maybe we could say it's Cornelia Co to him.
Yeah, I mean, he would recognize that, you would think.
He should. He was on our boat for a long time.
He was.
We could say it is your traveling friends with the flying ship.
Ah, there you go. That's a good way of...
Just do code
Rezik
little
is
message.
waiting for you. Because they're like probably the closest.
You remember him. He's a human, but you liked him.
We have important matters to discuss about saving the world.
Also,
Please
you told us
contact us.
to meet you here. So we're here.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
We
Perfect.
listened to what you said. We're not entirely
We're listeners.
Cornelia
incompetent.
just strikes it,
Yeah.
starts writing, and strikes it, starts writing, strikes it again.
What's the?
Incompetent.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he'll probably get it from that. You'd think.
Yeah,
Maybe
like,
we should tell him where
we're
to meet us.
outside. We're outside at the halfling camp, or the gnome camp.
Yeah.
We'll be at the refugee. Look for the gnomes. and
Also,
then
can you
human.
please get what's his name fired? The queen's
Which
son.
one's what's his
his name? The princess, the queen's son, the jerk, the twin.
Kalaris, Kavaris.
Ugly
I'm
face.
Colaris.
I'm pretending to write that, but I'm not really writing it.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm illiterate. I would
Perfect.
not be able to tell the difference.
All right.
We'll get that puppy in an envelope and stamp it up.
Yeah, probably.
There's like dust
the
to
ink.
powder.
Try the
do all
ink.
that stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
It was a very nicely written letter too. It's like the handwriting on it. It's like
That's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Okay. You kind of seal it with some wax and his seal. What are you guys doing with the letter?
Holding on to it.
Pocketing
Okay.
it.
They have like a courier or something here? Do you think
Well,
they just...
I feel like
Yeah, and it's weird that this house is like empty. You would have expected groundskeepers, maids, all kinds of stuff in this house. So far, the only person you've seen is that dark, shadowy figure of the elder
Daddy.
Timberworm.
Is it clean or is there like dust everywhere?
It's very clean, well kept. Yeah.
Maybe there's a courier outside or like a post office box, whatever that is. Or maybe we just... I don't know.
Maybe Pup just has to be.
Yeah,
him for a while.
maybe you do. Until
Does
we
he
can
have
figure out how to
any,
get the letter
like-
out.
Better clothes. These smell like
Better
alcohol
clothes?
still.
So yeah, you
Well,
go through
just
his.
the ones that
you
don't
go-
smell like
You start
alcohol.
to pull out his drawers, and he's got it all manner of just extravagant stuff. He has this silver scaled one-piece tight-fitting suit, which is like leaves like nothing to the imagination, but it is so sparkly, almost a platinum sort of what are those called, like sequins almost, but they're like scaly. and in this one piece that you would assume you'd throw like a shawl around or something. He's got this other outfit that's got these deep red and gold kind of swirls to this. It's almost like the thread itself was made of almost like a deep blood silk and gold interweaved into thread that makes this beautiful kind of over shawl and this very perfectly pressed white shirt with an ornate belt and a jeweled buckle, and these pants that are finely tailored of the same kind of reddish silk. He's also got what looks like just these huge feathered outfit, almost like a skirt with like peacock feathers, but all different colors that kind of just wafts around. A very ostentatious outfit. Those are the first three that you kind of pull out.
Maybe it's the red silk ones.
Okay, yeah, and the red
What do
silk
you guys
one,
think?
it's more of
You
like
really like those feathers, huh?
I mean, it stands out, but maybe that's not what we want this time.
No.
Yeah. Whatever we saw the people, what do we see? Is there like a everyday garb? Would that be the red outfit?
The red outfit looks way more normal.
Reasonable?
Though it's still like got gold flecks in the actual thread itself. But
It's
besides
beautiful.
that, you could see like a well-to-do merchant wearing an outfit cut in this style. It's just minus the literal gold in his clothes. So that's probably the least of the outfits as far as standing out.
Seems like the right one.
I mean, he's got more dressers if you wanted to keep looking.
Nope. We
Yes.
we got stuff to.
Okay.
Yeah, time
Okay,
maybe.
just kidding.
Just kidding, guys. Let's
The world's
go.
just ending. It's fine.
Okay, so you guys head out, and you guys head down that path. It's now moonlit, and in the moonlight, you can see all of the gold still sparkling in this place. The gold, it seems like the moon only strikes the gold, which only makes the place light up even more to feel like you're in a golden glade itself, true to its name. And as you guys approach the gate, you hear almost this deep booming sound as the gate starts to open, and in a window way up in the mansion, when you look back, you see that shadowy figure, the father of Persicius, and you see a magic rune as he waves and opens the gate for you to leave, watching you as you walk
we see
down
the rune?
path. No, it's if you hadn't seen it drawn, you kind of see the wisps of magic as they fade away, but the
Got it.
rune itself is long gone.
Okay.
Pup, right now, are you Poppy or are you the son?
I'm Persicius.
Okay. And you walk down. He just stares, arms crossed.
So
Right,
didn't
I would-
open the door?
That was the good thing, right? That was the. I would have left as Persicius. That way, we wouldn't have been questioned and kicked out. Yeah.
Well, then he would presume that you were staying behind because he saw three of us enter with his son. So three of us should leave.
And then he wouldn't open the gate for us. I assume that's why he opened the gate.
Yeah.
I thought you
So
were still
maybe
Poppy.
like
That was
yeah,
me.
maybe
Okay.
be
Then
Poppy, but-
I would have still been
But
Poppy then.
if
We
you
would
were
have
Poppy's
talked
nice
about this.
clothes.
I mean,
we would've
Persicius
talked
was
about this.
pretty drunk. He was like almost blackout drunk. So,
Yeah, I'm Poppy
Um,
then. Leaving.
and as you guys, yeah, and so he opens the gate for you, watching you guys leave. Total creeper up in the window, just staring down on you.
I feel like he stares down on people a lot.
Yeah, I give him a good old.
I bow.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem to make any reply whatsoever. And as you guys make it to the street with the golden kind of glade all around you, the doors close, and as you walk, it's almost as if you can see now that the moon is out. You can see that just even in the trees now, there's wildlife. It's almost alive. There's almost living things painted into the murals as you walk, and you make your way back to the Silverarium. Are you guys doing anything?
Anywhere for me to, so we can give the letter?
Yeah, there's some
there any, like,
trees and such.
trees, alleys,
ornates
little-
and stuff. Yeah, and it's dark now. There's not many people around. You see, there are like people walking every once in a while, but there's no carriages or anything. There's guards and you see servants, lots of servants walking around. But there is places you could easily change, especially with Cornelia and Kelwise kind of just keeping a lookout.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be tough right now.
And it's such a quick, like, little bloop.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I turn to Perseus.
Persisius.
I have a very smooth brain.
Yeah, it's a dumb name, and the DM should have never named him that.
Perseus.
Because it's hard. And so you turn into Persisius Tamberworm.
Timberworm.
Tamberworm.
Good job hiding before you turned. You're learning.
That's true.
Yeah. What did he sound like? I feel like every time we heard him, he was drunk.
He was like,
like what's his like actual?
He was singing. You guys kind of heard him drunk singing, and that's really it. He didn't talk much before you guys gave him the root that kind of numbed out his mouth.
maybe he's sort of like a singer, like a crooner. Maybe he just sort of, sings his way through life. Happy-go-lucky, but also racist.
Well, I should be able to like do his actual voice. I'm more asking for flavor so that I know what to do when I'm talking as him for Kate.
Yeah, he hard to tell. He had a little bit of an accent, the Elven
Like
accent.
his dad's accent?
You could tell, yes. Sounded similar to his father, just drunk out of his mind.
All right, I have an idea for what we should do.
Okay.
What
Persisius.
What if I pretend I was drunk and we meant to send this letter and oops, I forgot, and if I don't send it, my dad's gonna kill me.
And then we can't go in here at all because who's
We
allowed to
can
enter?
try.
You guys are in the Arm Vale currently.
But we're
exited
trying
the
to get
estate.
in.
You're trying to get into the high. Well, at least
high
get a
castle.
message to the high castle.
If not, enter the cat. But
If not,
Yeah,
enter
if we
the
could
castle.
enter, that would be much better. But if not, I was supposed to hand deliver this letter, so you need to let me up. And these, my
Servants.
servants.
you keep us around for entertainment.
And
Yeah.
Calais, you look around, and most of the people running errands, the servants and such, they're dressed very finely.
You want? I still have his gold shirt and pants.
Let's start.
Are they all?
I feel like.
elves too?
Wait, do you? You had your fancy clothes from the.
I have
Like-
fancy. Oh yes. I had a very fancy clothes. I don't have a shirt that goes with it, but I have fancy clothes
Here's
from
the
some
gold
time
shirt.
ago. There we go.
Do you
Gold
want
shirt.
these pants?
Okay.
You could pull them up like a dress. I could cut the middle out, so it's like a nice little dress situation with like a long flap.
Do you want some pants as a dress with a long flap?
That will help me blend in.
It might. I mean, look
And I
around.
cut it. And like the idea is like you wear like them sideways so that like it's like slit on both sides. It's like a long dress that's slit on both sides, like a little tube top dress.
Okay, yeah, I like it. Roll a.
I don't have any boobies.
That's why they
Roll me a.
matching because of my servants.
roll
I make
me
clothes.
roll me a d20. Just roll me a d20. Let's see how you do with this
Baby
golden
20.
dress. baby D20.
That is an 18.
Ooh.
Baby D20!
Cornelia, maybe you look too good.
Uh-oh.
Like, too good to be a servant. It's on the cusp. It's on the cusp. If you weren't a gnome, people might have mistook you for a highborn. But you look around and there's only elves here. And so you kind of assume, like, if you're not an elf, you're automatically, like, a notch down on the social ladder. At least here.
Holding on to this outfit.
Kelwise, you get your nice clothes on, and you
How do I
look
look?
dapper and sweet.
You're
And
okay.
you don't quite look like you don't
Stand
quite look
behind
like
me,
a
maybe.
servant, but you look like somebody important who definitely would have maybe business grandiose enough to warrant someone in the high castle.
Ah. I stand a little taller again.
That's impossible.
Oh man. Okay. The three of you looking dapper. AF. Where are you guys headed?
Is the bottom of the stairs to the that we're supposed to be going up to where maybe the
Well, there's the stairs that lead there. From the there's the stairs that lead there.
Is that
from...
what the golden stairs were? I just remember that name or something like
there
that.
was
Something
golden,
like the
stairs that
Yeah.
lead into the Arm Vale. And then there's a giant ivory bridge from the ivory veil that goes over that giant waterfall structure into what looks like the High Castle, which is this huge arched castle full of all kinds of just different colors from, and even in the moonlight, the mist from all of those waterfalls kind of shimmers in different kinds of lights and colors all around this place.
Well,
That'd be the direct route.
I think we just try go as far as possible. I think.
Yeah, realistically, I think we're here now. We should maybe try it. The worst thing that could happen is we don't
We
make
hand
it
off
up
the
there.
ladder. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I need to go in. Oh, you're not gonna be in. Can you at least do me a favor and send it in for me?
yeah.
Okay,
Perhaps
you
Once
guys
we're
start to
out of
make-
the Armed Veil,
you
I'm not
guys,
sure we're gonna get back in here, so we might as well.
You guys start to make your way towards that big ivory bridge. Meanwhile,
Business attire stance.
business attire.
Walking like this.
What are you holding?
Trust.
Nothing.
You move through.
The weight of the world.
You move through the crowd in the direction that you saw him go. Roll me a survival check to see if you can follow this
Didn't he
guy.
want me to follow him? He literally was like, "Show me your heart." Like literally, does he want to eat my heart?
Possibly.
Oh God. Okay, my tiny dice are not it. That is a 6 for survival.
Okay, so you march through this crowd, and he seemingly is just gone. But the question,
Son of a bitch.
almost as if it was burned into your mind, just bugs you as he asks, "Why do you even play?" And Rezik, you kind of see Trust looking around, and you also notice he's gone.
Okay, I think loudly. I'm like so worked up, and I'm like, I play to survive. I play to escape. I play to help my friends.
And you don't hear anything back.
Cullen! I'm just gonna go back.
People are
sorry.
just still kind of looking at you, mystified. They look to you in that way that, like, maybe you would think that, like, someone looking to a noble almost. They just look mystified. They're just so impressed and enamored by your playing that they look up to you. But you notice that, I mean, you think back, like, when Melodrum had finished playing, you see an entire wave of people moved, as if he could send them to war if he wanted to, and they would follow him like in a movement. He changed them. He moved their hearts, and these people are excited. They really admire you. They're happy and such, but you notice there's a difference there. It's not as if you've changed them, but you've excited them, you've touched them, and they're happy. But there's just a quality that you find maybe lacking or missing.
So as you're looking at the crowd, two Reziks walk up to you and stand on either side of you and look down and both say, "So what now? Do you want to follow him, or just back to the campsite?"
Why the two of you?
Oh, just figured this way we can maybe, if we need to, have a decoy.
Oh.
Yes.
Smart. I think I'm just gonna sit here and play a sad song.
Oh, Trust. We did so well and everyone was very happy. What's wrong? I mean...
He's messing with my head. He's asking me questions inside my head, like, why do you do this? And you're such a waste. And you're not as good, making me feel like I'm not good enough. And he manipulated my playing to match his playing because he didn't like mine. And he was using your magic for his music. And then he just disappeared. And I can't find him. And I just sit down and I start playing a sad song.
Both Rezik sit down next to you. Listen, Trust, I know that sounds horrible, but maybe the man was just trying to test you. When I was becoming a wizard in wizarding school, they said a lot of really mean, hurtful things to me all the time to get me to kind of, I don't know, get to the next level because I was upset with what they were saying to me. So maybe he's trying to do that to you. I don't know.
But I didn't ask to be tested. I was fine with how I was playing, and I fight. You know, I was a bard, and now we saved the world, and that's a lot. And I haven't been able to practice or train, and I didn't ask for this guy to just come up to me and start making me feel like I wasn't good enough.
Well, listen, all right? You are good enough. And fuck this guy. Who cares about this guy? But you know what? Knowing you, what I think that Trust would do right now is show this guy up. Show him that he doesn't know anything about you.
I tried. I don't feel like Trust right now. He made me question me.
Well, you know what you should do now? Make that asshole question how good he is, right? Play the fuck out of your ukulele and show him up. That's what I think.
Okay, I'll try.
Don't try. Do. Because you can do it.
Right.
Now, come on.
Where? What?
Follow me, come on. And I start heading in the direction of where the guy maybe went. I'm just looking around, like both Reziks just like...
Are you sure I can't take his soul? He was really mean.
Well, if he turns out to be a total dick, then maybe, but let's first find him, and then we'll decide.
All right.
Yeah, Rezik, roll a survival check to see if you can find this guy. I mean, he's
Actually...
Rezik's like, actually, let's just go to sleep. We'll never find him.
Well, now that I'm kind of pissed off that you made Trust feel so terrible, I'm going to go ahead and just let go of the other Rezik. I'm going to put my hand over my face and say Quilla, and my eyes are going to flash gold. I'm going to be able to detect magic in a 30-foot radius, and kind of move her head, just like kind of looking around, trying to find this guy, because he has a magical fluid, I'm assuming.
okay. Yeah, you detect magic and you start to look around, and that distinct lack of magic kind of emanating from the entryway that kind of sucks the magic that you have away and dissipates it, that anti-magic bubble. You notice that you walk by a few elves, and all the elves kind of just have wisps of magic almost coursing through their veins in their blood. it's a big piece of just who they are. And you've never really gotten to see elves on this level before. It's as if the very universe is built inside them, just to a small degree. The weave, the magic that kind of holds us all together, kind of defying some of the laws that you've learned about how magic works and how the weave is pulled together. But despite that, you turn and as you're looking, you notice, like, and Rezik, you've pulled away maybe now, just kind of searching around, and everything kind of falls away, and you start to hear a flute, and you look to your left, and there he is, just looking up at you. No magic, just a flute, playing it.
Okay.
Oh,
No magic. All right.
you're looking
Trust.
for me.
Trust.
Yeah, you said you wanted to see my heart, but then you ran away. So here I am. Here's my heart.
Your heart?
That's what you said in my head.
Oh, I was just playing my flute.
No, you
I thought I
said
would
things.
join you.
You said things in my head. You was
I
talking
say
to
things
me.
in your head?
Yes.
Oh, that's just crazy. How could I say things inside your head?
Insight check.
And you know this guy's full of shit without even an insight check.
Yes.
You know, he's maddening on a level that's almost Cornelia-esque.
And I sense no magic.
And I said
I'm
James
not-
level.
No magic at Jaymes level. No, not quite that much. You said
Right.
no magic coming from this guy. He seems to just be like fiddling around on this wooden flute, and you look at the flute, and then the more you stare at it again, just the design seemed to be just carved into this flute.
What are you playing at? I know you're lying to me. I know you're tricking me. I'm not stupid. I can tell what you're doing. But I don't know why.
Why? I don't understand. You have this instrument, and you have these people,
Ukulele. Yeah, my friends.
and you play about, I don't know, adventures and battles.
Yeah. That's what we do.
Anyone can play a song. Anyone. Even him. He
Right,
can sing a
but-
song.
Yeah, but I wrote this one about what we did. Anyone can play a song about love. Like, what's the difference?
No one can play a song about my love.
No, and no one can play a song about my adventures.
But is that true?
Not from my perspective. I have a very unique perspective, and it is uniquely mine. And if I write the song, it is from my unique perspective.
So you play for you.
That's all I have.
Play me a song. I want to see you.
Okay. I'll play him a song about. Let's say I've been working on a song about growing up and having no one for so long, and then finally meeting my friends and feeling like I had a family for the first time.
And what does it feel like to have a family?
Nice. Scary. Like I could lose it again.
Roll me a performance check. As those feelings cross your mind, and it's not about the words, and it's not about the instrument or the chords or the changes. You think a step deeper, and you start to relive that first time that you realized you had a family that you could lose. That first moment. And the whole place goes deadly quiet.
I didn't even tell you what I rolled. It was 27, so I'm killing it.
27, whatever.
And the nearest gnome to you that was super excited, she takes her family's blanket and she just wraps it a little tighter around those around her. And that's what we're going to pick up next week.
You mean like suffocating them?
Yeah.
Trust convinces everyone to drink the Kool-Aid.
It's like- and the gnome nearest to you explodes.
Oh man!
Well,
Wow, that was intense.
Okay.
Jeez.
What's this
It's
guy's
like-
deal?
Two very
I don't
different,
know, man.
two very different tones going on in this campaign right now.
Welcome to it.
Pup cutting up
Hey.
pants into a
dress?
suit
Hey,
dress.
we wrote a nice sad note for the guy whose family sucks.
It's true.
Yeah,
That is true.
They were nice to a racist. That's pretty serious stuff right there.
That's
I
restraint.
learned.
We barely
Yeah.
went to
Hey.
We
the
went
end of
through
this
it with
game.
Fitz. We fixed one racist. We can fix them all.
He still was pretty
Do
mean
it
to me.
again.
He gave you
And
his
me.
soul. He
Yeah,
gave you
that's
life.
true.
That's true. That's true. In the end, I got a
Yeah,
soul.
exactly.
Let me get you a soul.
Oh yeah, did we take his weapon? Do I have his rapier?
How quickly Trust forgets about Fitz
Listen, he
sacrifice.
wasn't. He was still never nice to me. He
That
did
was
give me
like
his soul.
20 episodes ago, guys.
He did give
Come
me
on.
his soul, but he was still calling me like that thing. So
Thank you everyone for watching MinusOneCharisma. We are a Dungeons and Dragons stream. We stream every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Come join us again next week. We'd love to have you as we continue this emotional voyage where we talk about all of Daye's insecurities and then attack them in a fantasy world. With that, I hope all of you have a wonderful week. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you next time on MinusOneCharisma. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.